Okay. So the stream just isn't working. I don't really know why. So I thought I'd try recording, see whether that's any better. And then I'll obviously upload it afterwards. So I've gone ahead and built out this area, the peninsula for the harbour. And we've got some roads which are kind of crossing over each other, going in different directions, which I'm hoping will provide us with some really interesting sort of options going forward with how we actually build this area out. For now, we've got some additional exits here and also another entrance on from both this direction and coming through this way. So hopefully that should mean that if anything wants to get out this way, it can. It doesn't have to go back on itself, even though admittedly it's not that far for it to go. Excuse me, sorry. We've also built up a quay wall here. I will be going through and clearing this out. But yeah, I've got these separated out into the 3-lane roads, so 2 on one side, 1 on the other. I think that should hopefully mean that the traffic should split pretty efficiently. And also I've got a nice road here going across not only the road coming underneath, which will then be turned into connections out to this area, but also it goes underneath the trumpet interchange, so we can maybe build something in here. It's quite a large area of land, so hopefully we can make some good use of it. In terms of the rest of the area, I'd quite like to do a interchange here, but I don't want to just put something in for the sake of putting something in. I'd like it to have a good connection between this area over here and this thin strip of land, which will be connecting in down here as well. I think that's probably the best bet to try and make the most of the space that we've got. Maybe even connect it in over this way, which is probably going to be pretty tricky, but then again, this goes into a bridge at this point, so we might be able to build it through from here. In fact, let's go ahead and see if that's feasible here. It's quite a steep climb. For some reason it keeps snapping to things. Let's just turn off snapping, freehand it a bit more. Yeah. Obviously we want these connected in, so I don't really want to leave it like this. I think what we'll do is make sure that these can't turn right, these can't turn left. That should hopefully ensure that there's no weird turning circle malarkey there. So that would be a good way for stuff to come through from that side to this side, especially from this side of the city. However, it's probably going to be the case that this will become quite a busy road. I mean, we've already got cars parking on it, so that's pretty crazy. So if we just continue this through, that can connect in there. And then we've got, obviously, the highway here. It might be good to have a road going over that allows traffic to go onto the motorway, going down into the area, not the other way. So if we explored that, it would probably be something along the lines of, if we put this over the top, maybe even have it be a larger 4-lane road. Is that too high? That's way too high. I kind of just want something like this. And then hopefully we can run that through to the other side of the area. And then if we take this road and just connect it in down here, we'll make these asymmetrical roads. So that should mean that hopefully we have a dedicated left-hand lane, although it's doing 2 lanes turning left for this side, 2 lanes turning right for that side. I'm not sure whether that's really what we want. But there's little that I can do to control it annoyingly, so it might just have to be that way. From here, I would want a 3rd lane on the motorway, probably further down than that, so somewhere like there, where we can then do a lane going in. And I'd most probably be doing something along the lines of incorporating this in. So if we can, potentially we could reduce this down to one of these. We want that to be centered, not off like it was. And then hopefully we can take this and build it through. This. And then I'm not too sure what we'd do here. potentially do like a 3-lane here going out. And then 2-lane at this point. So then we can do a nice simple lane off that way. I mean, these don't need to be such a big road. We could probably get away with the asymmetrical road and then just the normal road here. So let's just take it back a step. So this would be a way for traffic to get onto the A road and get to where it needs to go quite quickly, but it wouldn't be able to get onto this road. So that's perfectly fine in my eyes, because we don't want to add another load of traffic that can go into this quite so close to where the junction is. I think I'll just upgrade this one so there's like a merging lane here. And then on the other side, we can pretty much
now entering Fit Digital Games. Prepare for sensory overload.
do
Digital! Are you a man or a mountain? Digital! You ready for a game that rips out your heart and stops it to death? Digital!
something like this.
Down to Thick Digital and we'll hook you up to adrenaline overdrive. You won't be able to take much more of this, sir. Then hit 'em
Why is it overlapping items?
Digital!
Ah, it's because there's a bar there, that's fine. Whoops, that was not what I meant to do there. This is probably going to be fairly tricky to get right, so I'm just gonna try changing this the other way. So that's what we're aiming for. So we can actually do it the other way around. Oh, we're using the continuous tool, of course, not the complex curve tool. Right. Try this the third time. So that will be coming up here. Might even do a second section like that, so that it definitely has a lane to merge here. So it's almost like a zipper. So the traffic merges. And then if we do the same down here, we have another point where the traffic can come out to. So if we take this traffic coming out from here and we just plug it in down here, we can probably do quite a nice little road in. We just need to flip this around like so, And then you can see where the traffic can just merge in, or at least that's the hope here. Let's see if we can take this back. I don't quite want this to be so short, but I don't want it to be going into the actual main road. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to force in fact we don't want it at 10 meters, we want it down here. I'm going to force a second node here, and then we can delete this out. And hopefully that should mean that stuff can split out and go into whichever direction it needs to. I don't really know what's going on here. Looks like we've got a bit of uneasy terrain to work with, but that's fine. So going forward, this would just be a normal 2-lane road coming out. In fact, that's a highway, so let's change that one. In fact, we might be able to get away with redoing that entirely. There we go. So hopefully this will allow traffic to get onto this A road and get to where it needs to go quite quickly, but also come back into this area down here quite easily without affecting too much of the other traffic in the area. I think it would probably be quite good to continue these roads out. Considering they're quite high up, we should be able to get away with bringing them across quite easily. So if we explore that, it would have to remove the building that's there, but that's absolutely fine. In fact, we could even connect it up with that one over there. Let's just make sure that it goes in a downward orientation. There we go. So it doesn't connect up down here. In fact, it looks a little bit off. Probably because this is not quite right. Just use the curve tool, take it out to there and go up, and then hopefully that should... I mean, it's better than it was, but it's not excellent, but never mind. It is what it is, and we will live with it. So we've got a power station down here, or a power transformer station, I should say. In fact, it's not connected up. Oh, yes, it is. It is connected up. I just couldn't see the cables. So that should bring electricity, plumbing, everything down here. But we probably want to explore potentially a second transformer station down here that doesn't need that other one connecting up to it. So it seems a bit of a shame to put it on the coastline. Maybe we could put it in somewhere like here. Maybe if we built a road out this way, we could build it in somewhere around here. Maybe even just building it onto this road would be fine. I kind of feel like it should be connecting through this way. So if we did like a road out here, we probably could put in So close, but yet so far. Road required. It's not quite snapping to the road, is it? Oh, it's the wrong way around, that's why. Yeah, that's connecting. So we could put it in here. Obviously, we need to connect it up to the main high voltage grid. That should be fine. These power lines are a bit of a pain to try and get into these tight spaces. Of course, we've got the post office there, which we don't want to delete necessarily. Or maybe we need to. I can't build that in there. Maybe if we raise this one up at this point, if it'll just not snap to things. And you can't rotate it, annoyingly. I don't want it to connect to that. Please stop. Is that gonna work? Is it gonna continue through here? I don't really know, in honesty. So we'll have to wait and see whether that continues through that way. But then we have power here, which is good. So if we build this road out, we want it to be 180 degrees. We'll most likely want to connect into this road down here. I'm not necessarily looking to create a shortcut across. I'm just looking to make good use of the space with the transformer station and what have you. Of course, we've got this alternate way through, so that traffic from this side can come through here. So we probably want to make use of it here, connecting in to both areas. Might as well continue this out straight. Connect that in there. I'd quite like that for this to be a roundabout, so it's able to flow a little bit better, hopefully. We will definitely have the 3 lanes coming in.
Welcome to Go Nuts Donuts, the best donuts in town. We've got crepes and crawlers and creamy, crazy, crunchy critters. It's a full-on horror show at Go Nuts Donuts. Bet you won't last 5 minutes. Now entering Thick Digital Games. Prepare for sensory overload.
You want it thick. Digital! Are you a man or a mountain? Digital! You ready for a game that rips out your heart and stops it to death? Digital! Then come on down to Thick Digital and we'll hook you up to adrenaline overdrive. You won't be able to take much more of this, sir. Then hit 'em with everything we've got. Digital! Thick Digital! It's all out war!
Whoops. Didn't necessarily want to delete that quite so far back. Let's try a complex curve here. Nice. Hopefully stuff won't try and turn left there, and likewise won't try and turn right. I think what I'll do is just do a little roundabout at the end to give it a little turning circle, then call that a day there. So we've got this road coming down here and connecting in to this bit. I don't know whether we can make this a roundabout. We can. So I'll make it a smaller roundabout. And what I'll do is make sure to chop it in half. Then do 3 lanes going that way. 3 lanes going that way. Then we can do the same down here. Try and make that a 3 lane. It won't allow it actually. That should be fine. I'm loving these asymmetrical roads, so if you can't tell, I'm using them a fair bit. Let's try moving that over a little bit. There we go, now we can get the roundabout in. Perfect. Okay. So I'm hoping this will be absolutely fine when it comes to traffic down here. Something that we do need to try and do is potentially put in another route through here. I'm thinking we might go underneath it. There seems to be a bit of a hill there, which could be a bit of a problem with that. Of course, we probably want to connect in these two areas as well. And the last thing I want to do is create a shortcut that can't handle the extra traffic coming through this way. But yeah, I think for now are these highways? I think these are highways. I don't want these to be highways. I want these to just be normal road that has a turning lane. These should not be traffic lights. Nor should these. This shouldn't really. But it might need to be. Let's focus on getting some decent connections in down here. In fact, we've already got a bus route here, so that's good. We can put a bus stop down here, do a path up. So hopefully that connects these quite well. I don't think we want a crossing here. Especially that's where the traffic will be exiting to go onto the highway to go out the area quite fast. Let's take it off of those ones as well. a well-placed tunnel could do a really good job at connecting these two areas. Again, I don't think we want crossings on this main road in, just to try and reduce any possible slowing down of things here. We could do a path through here. And then potentially another tunnel here. It's a shame you can't do the tunnel in the middle of the complex curve. Okay, that's a nice pathway through, and hopefully that will connect up the two areas really quite nicely. Obviously the highway can't be plopped on, which is actually a good thing because we don't want there to be any buildings on that main road.
Hey, buddy, those sure are nice shoes.
Thanks, they're Wofford's.
Oh, that's some fun.
So let's do a line round here.
Take 'em off, let me see.
Well, all right.
Beautiful leather.
Soft and strong.
They fit like a glove.
And they look great on you.
Thanks, buddy.
Hey, wait. Where are you going with my shoes?
Huh, Wofford's. They sure are nice shoes.
Probably a good idea to do a bus route up to... it's a shame that you can't upgrade this with a... Oh, you can! A subway interface, taxi rank, small shops, restaurants and kiosks for passengers' convenience increase the attractiveness of the station, and the services pay rent which offsets the maintenance cost. Hmm. I don't know. We might as well put that on the main one in the city, at least. In fact, it might be a really good idea to continue the train station down here. I hadn't thought about that. Let's focus on building out what we've got down here. So we're going to need some commercial, most likely, in this area, I would imagine. So I'm going to go ahead and draw some out here. We'll have a nice big splodge of commercial there. Maybe sections of 2x2s in between. Then we can do a 5x5. Maybe another 5x5. In fact, it would be a good spot to put another 6x6, wouldn't it? And then a 5x5 here. So let's see how that works. Hopefully we can put in... we need to put in a bus line, don't we? Well, sorry, a boat line. So that's in now. So that makes the most of this space for the harbour. Hopefully that will work quite well going forward. But only time will tell, really. We could do a bridge over at this point that doesn't actually connect in. Maybe even just a tunnel through. Just nice and simple. So I'm just trying to make this hill not quite as obvious. Hopefully that will work quite well, actually. And then if we had a road over the top, which the one underneath connected into. In fact, it's probably a good idea to continue this road over here first. Something like this. And then if we do a complex curve with this one, we come out and connect in here. Something like that. Then it's a connection through down to this area, but it doesn't necessarily interact with too much stuff on the main level. I think this waterfront would be great for some offices. So I might do some low density officing. So that's what, 6 out. If we do 6 up, then whether it does a 5 by 5 or a 6 by 6, it has the options there. We'll do some smaller ones over here. It's a little bit of a shame that we can't maximize this space. Let's try doing that. So a nice 5 by 5 there. Now that that's in, hopefully that should keep its shape. Do a 3 by 3, 4 by 4, maybe a 2 by 4. I don't want to put buildings on this connector road through. We could probably put in a 6 by 6 here. Or a 5 by, yeah, that'll be fine. And then we'll just continue to put these in. I don't know what's going on with the terrain here. I thought we flattened this stuff out. Okay. Just trying to flatten it to this level. It's not very easy though. Okay, hopefully the building should build in there quite well if it's taken care of like that. Let's just maximize this space that's quite flat. There we go. Right, so once these build in, hopefully it should look quite decent with these almost stepped areas. Let's just conform to that sort of shape, and then hopefully what builds in should be fairly decent. Giving a little bit of space there to make sure it doesn't affect things. So we've got commercial on this side, and hopefully having these broken up a little bit should make for some interesting shapes of the buildings. Let's do something fairly similar on this side.
Cheap and random.
Oh, we love the cheap and random flea market. We came here with the grandkids and we'll stay.
Cheap and random.
Oh, sure, I've been here before. Matter of fact, I was here last Tuesday.
Cheap and random.
Toaster works fine if you flip the bread.
Cheap and random.
What is that thing? What is that thing?
What is that thing?
That is
Oh
a
my God.
frog nut extraction.
Cheap and random. You never know what you're gonna get, and you never will unless you come find out.
Are
Okay.
you setting a good example for
I think here we'll build a bit of a park area. And we can build into that tunnel underneath here.
That's why you go to Common Groceries, the
Um,
ultimate destination for the discerning shopper.
Why, hello, Janet.
Hi,
what
Stan.
is the land doing here?
Place to shop.
It sure is.
Common Groceries. For twice the price.
Let's just make sure it's relatively flat here. And I'll tell you what, we'll take this out. Just build this in. Relatively smoothly, hopefully. So, I want this to stay straight here. Oh. There we go. So we've got a good bus stop here where we can allow people to get over to this path, this road. Again, I don't want crossings on the routes in. That's the wrong one. That's the right one. There we go. So if we hit play, this lot should start to spawn in. Hopefully it will look pretty decent, I think, once this all gets placed in. And that's all our commercial gone, and the office is gone. That's good. I'm hoping we may start to see the passenger ships come in. I think they're on their way. Cool. Okay. So I think what I'll do is I will leave this one here for now. We've built up this area quite well, and we're going to continue with doing that next time. Oh, we've actually got a ship come in. 0 people on it, but hopefully we might start to get people leaving from here to go wherever they need to go, on holiday or whatever. I might try and put in a train station on this side, because it would be a good link between here and down here. But yeah, I think I'm going to leave this one here. We've done a fair amount. We've gotten the harbour in, and it's all functioning. Hopefully this junction down here should start to flow in both directions now. Maybe if we just remove that one. So it's just the stuff coming into the junction that's going to slow down. Maybe if we also put a 3rd lane on this one. That's going to use it out of that, isn't it? Yeah. We'll leave it as is. What annoys me is that you can't do this stuff can only go that way or that way. I don't want them to go straight over. But obviously we've got this stuff that needs to go that way as well. We've got a fair few stuff coming down on the roads, so it's going well so far. Obviously this is the only bit that we've actually built up so far, but yeah, we've got the demand back already, which is a bit nuts really. Yeah, I'm going to leave this one here. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you, well, let me know what you think with your thumbs. If your thumbs don't cut it, then let me know with a comment. But other than that, have a great rest of your day. Cheers. Bye.